and welcome back to Mind Over Medals, our weekly podcast on athlete mental health and getting the voices from the world of sports to explain what are the challenges they face. Today we have the legendary Sunil Chhetri, one of the greatest footballers this country has produced, most number of international matches and most number of goals for the country. Sunil, thank you so much. To me, he epitomizes a champion mindset. And it's really an honor for us to have you here on this podcast. So thank you for taking the time out. How are you doing today? I did read your tweet about, struggling in the bio bubble, how, the hardships and just how frustrating it has been. How are you coping?
Well, me and the whole team are trying our best to keep our sanity. I think staying inside a bubble is already difficult. Now we are inside quarantine, inside a bubble. I don't know how do I explain you that, but it's been difficult. Just because few of us inside the bubble have contracted COVID. Even though we were inside a bubble, we have to quarantine ourselves, and it's been 6-7 days now. We are inside a room. And it's difficult. What I also know is it's same for almost all the other clubs. Everyone at their hotels are facing similar or maybe worse conditions. And right now the priority is that everyone keeps sane and somehow we can finish this tournament and probably head back home.
Sunil, hi, this is Amit. You spoke about the priority being to stay sane. What are the kind of things you are doing yourself to do that? I mean, you are in a room. You may or may not be able to go outside, all of these things. So what do you do?
Well, I haven't cracked it yet. What exactly all the things that you can do to keep sane. But we all are trying to figure it out. Fortunately or unfortunately, my wife is here with me. Fortunately for me because I have company, unfortunately for her because she's stuck with me here. Trying to work really hard in seeing the bigger picture, trying not to get angry on yourself and others. I read a lot. Reading books have helped me a lot to keep calm. Small things like fighting with the diet, making sure that his sleep clock is not disturbed, drinking a lot of water. And you must be thinking, Amit, why is sounding or saying things which are so probably normal or small, but these are things that you fight a lot as a professional footballer or a sports person who is staying inside the quarantine. Because once this quarantine is lifted, we have to go straight onto the pitch and train. So we have to be physically and mentally very fit. Otherwise, worse kind of things can happen. So just fighting with all these normal norms that you generally do well in a normal situation is what the fight is, and seeing the bigger picture.
And this isn't just right now. This is, this happened last season as well. We were just talking to Kunal and he said that you've been in a bio bubble for 18 months. So this isn't just... Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I keep teasing him because whenever he moans about being in a bubble, I say at least you had 3 months gap in between and then 2 months. I think he got 6 months out of 2 years, where he was free. I think for us, all the national team boys, if I'm not wrong, it's some 18-19 months or maybe more than that in a bubble. Because what happens is even if you get a 2-week off from your bubble, you have to stay inside so that you don't test positive again when you're entering the next bubble. I'll give you a small example. We came back from Maldives after the SAF Cup and we had, I think, 4 or 5 days at our home to just see our family and change your kit, get your club gear with you, just to say bye to your family and stuff like that. But even those 5 days, I was scared and petrified. I didn't go out. You still have the same mentality that you have to stay away from all these things. And and then the 5th day, I traveled from Bangalore. So we went from Maldives to Bangalore. We were inside the homes, all the players to the respective places. And in about 3 to 5 days, we all joined the bubble in Goa. So even the days where you think that this is an off, it's not an off. I don't want to sound like a crybaby, but it hasn't been easy.
Sunil, you spoke about how it's not been easy. Even on days you are off, you're not really off. In such cases, and you also mentioned that it's kind of difficult for you to not get angry at the tiniest things that can maybe trigger you, that can just like increase your temperature in the mentally. So can you tell us a little bit about these things that seem innocuous but then kind of also trigger you when you are in a biosecure bubble, as in the challenges of living inside a bubble?
Well, first of all, I experienced it and understood that it does trigger you in a negative when you get angry. I did not probably understand it or believe in it, but now when I've been in a biosecure bubble for last I don't know how many days and months, it does. And why this present quarantine is also hampering us is because one getaway for us is to go and train and take out all our energy and be happy and physically work out. So even when that is taken away or not allowed, taken away is not a good word, but not allowed under the circumstances, it starts playing with your head. Then it's very, very, very difficult. That's why you get a little bit of relief. But probably for me, it's reading books. Some of the boys, they play, I don't know, they play online games, whatever it is for them. Because a majority of happiness, of workout, of our brain being worked is all comes from training. So when that goes away, it becomes really, really, really difficult.
You did say in the tweet you offered to lend a ear to anyone who was willing to talk to you. Has anyone reached out? And, because everybody seems to be in that same boat, right? So has there been any communication in that sense with other players? And what is it that you've been talking about other than just waiting for this to end in a way?
I think the first it hit me is when I realized I have the luxury of speaking to my wife. Because when I come back after training here in the bubble or when the quarantine was announced, I still had somebody physically present with me in the room to talk. And what really helped me was that I was talking to her about different topics. That's what I understood and I through this tweet. Before the tweet and also after the tweet, there are a lot of boys who messaged. We have this big WhatsApp group of different national team boys. Good to know that everyone is trying their best to be a good example for their teammates. And we talk about different stuff. We talk about jokes. We talk about investment. We talk about cryptocurrencies. We talk about what books we are reading. We pull each other's leg. There's a lot of pranks. We try to keep it jolly. We try to keep it light and happy. And somebody want to send some memes. We're going to laugh over it. Somebody will say something. Yeah, and it has been nice because whatever the situation may be, and at least when we talk, everything seems lighter. At least everyone is looking forward to positive times, and that's what all the tweet was about. Because you understand there are times when you feel weak. It's not throughout the day. For different for different people, it's different timings, and whenever you do feel like that, just talk. It doesn't change everything. It doesn't. It will not take all your worries and all your insecurities away, but at least you'll feel better.
Sunil, one of the things that you mentioned for you, why it's slightly maybe easier is because you have somebody in your room, to your spouse, who you can go back to and talk to them. How difficult has it been for your wife? Because she's just there by herself when you are going for training. So what has that period been for her?
Next time you better contact her and bring her to this video podcast, then you will know. You will need at least 5-6 hours for her to run properly. It's not easy, man. I'm so fortunate because I do know that she has a choice. She has a choice of not here. All these 18 months, almost I think 6, 7, 8 months or more, she has been a part of the bubble with me. And it's outstanding how fortunate I am that I've got a partner who's ready to do this just so that I can be benefited a little bit. And that's why I keep telling her that I'm I'm immensely fortunate and I'm highly thankful because she does not need to be here. She can easily be at home or be at her own home in Calcutta or wherever she wants. Not that the outside world is free of COVID and everything is hunky-dory, but still she can, and I know this for a fact, she can have a better, freer life if she's not in the bubble. So, yeah, I don't know how long it's going to go. She might snap and go. She has been a great help.